Good morning, humans of the cardboard. Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. I just woke up. I don't know if you can tell. My eyes are like 70-ish, give or take, percent open right now. So I'm gonna do my best here as I'm waking up. We finally got the translations for the creation pack, the premium pack. 2024. Some cool stuff in here. We went over 2 nights ago what like the manga effects of these cards were. They were a little more simple. They were a little more basic, but we'll see how they actually got translated here and see if any got better or worse from what we were actually expecting. So let's start off here. We got 10 cards to go through. We'll zoom through them. First one here is Synchro Panic. This is a continuous trap card. It reads, destroy this card during your third end phase after activation. Activate this card only if your face-up synchro monster or monsters is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect by targeting one of them. Oh, terrible. And special summon 1 tuner and any number of non-tuners from your graveyard whose total levels equal that monster's. And the special summon monster or monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects during this turn. Neither player can synchro summon. So while this is up, it's a pretty good floodgate versus synchro monsters, but like the fact that your synchro monster has to be destroyed by battle or an opponent's targeting effect makes this card like entirely useless, right? Like you literally can't activate it, so it's not even like you can get it up. It's not even like you would be able to activate it and then it's just this. You have to do that just to even activate this card in the first place, not even just to get that first effect, to get all those bodies back. So the Dragon Ball card, pretty poop. This card we could throw away. Next up here we go to Sacrifice Level Up. This card I believe read kind of interesting. Let's see if that's still the case. It is still Level Up, by the way, but I also mentioned, like, is there a world where it translates to a Rank Up card and then it's actually searchable? It is still looking like it's a Level Up card, so I don't think it'll be searchable, but still cool. Let's see. Hardman's Return. Target one XYZ monster you control. Banish 2 of its materials, and if you do, special summon from your extra deck 1 Exceed monster that is 1 rank higher than that monster you control. Excuse me. But it cannot attack this turn. Very interesting. Now, this does just cheat out an Exceed monster that could be an awkward rank. You know, some of those 5s and 6s we don't normally see in the game because just the way, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is gone. We've seen decks that can make 7s. We've seen decks that can make 8s. We've seen decks that can make 3s and 4s. And Sprite with 2. But, like, 5 and 6 seems to be a weird range. So, like, maybe this gets out 5s. You know what I mean? Get out Cyber Dragon Nova and then just plop Infinity on Nova. Could be something kind of interesting. So that's cool. You know, it's a decent little extender, but if it's not searchable, I definitely have questions about it. But this is the kind of deck where I would say, like, this is the kind of card where something like Zodiac would probably really appreciate, because that deck just puts out a rank 4 so easily, and then it just goes bang, 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 and gets free materials under it. So that's definitely one of the decks that I lean to the most for a card like this. But I'd have to go through and we'd have to check out the best targets for it for sure. The most important ones here are definitely 5s, though, because 4s are the most common rank XYZ monsters you see in the game. But cool card. That's actually one that's interesting. Next up here we have Electrode Beast. These guys are awesome. I love their designs. This is Electrode Beast Cation. He's a light thunder effect monster, level 2, so we are potentially looking at Sprite stuff. 300 attack, 100 defense. You can only use its 2 effects once per turn. If this card is normal summoned, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra for the rest of the turn except light XYZ monsters. Whoa, what a restriction. Jace. Also, add 1 Electrode Beast Anion from your deck to or graveyard to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon a level 4 or lower Thunder monster. Second effect, you can target 1 other Thunder monster you control. This card's level becomes the same as that monster's until the end of this turn. Not gonna lie, I actually think the text on the old version was better here. I mean, basically this restriction is brutal. The effect is good, right? You get to add an Anion from deck or graveyard if it's already in rotation, then get an additional normal summon for it to get it out. So it's not even a special summon, which is cool. But that locking you into light XYZ monsters is absolutely brutal. Okay, and then it can change a level of a Thunder monster you control. Okay, And then we go Anion, the sad boy. I love their designs, man. Their designs are so cool. Light Thunder, level 2, 300, 100. 2 hard once per turn effects. If this card is normal summoned, you can make this card, become 4. Then you can add 1 Spirit Converter. What is a Spirit Converter? Holy crap. Spirit Converter. Oh, here we go. Once per turn, you can target 1 XE monster you control. Attach 1 face-up light monster you control to that target ends XYZ material. And when this card is sent from the field of the graveyard, target 2 level 4 light thunder type monsters with the same name in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. That card doesn't even seem to have great synergy with this deck. Okay, weird. Okay, so cool. But technically, you do get a +1 off of this when it gets additionally normal summoned with Cation, or even if you just straight up normal summon it. And then you can also target 1 other card you control, send both this card and that card to the graveyard if you do draw 1 card. So you would target the Spirit Converter, and then that card gets 2 Thunder monsters back from grave. I'm not going to lie, they honestly didn't even read that great before, but they read better than they do now. This restriction is insane. I don't get it. That restriction does not seem like it's fully necessary here. This actually could have been a cool engine, but it's going to miss the mark for me overall because of that. Could have potentially been like a legit normal, like good normal summon in Sprite. Like the text before this didn't need to send itself in another card to like draw 1. It was like when it sent draw 1. So like potentially just normal summoning Cation was going to get you like a draw plus Sprite combo. But unfortunately we're missing out on that now. So bummer. All right, next one, Earthbound Resonance. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, if a monster special summoned from the extra deck is destroyed by card effect, target 1 of them. Each player takes damage equal to half its attack on the field. And when your Dark Synchro monster special summoned from the extra deck is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Just underwhelming, right? Like a punish to getting attacked. And, you know, a burn card. Not impressed by this card. This is like old and Earthbound support, not new Earthbound support. So that one probably goes to the wayside. This one, I think, people are saying is like actually going to be spicy. This is Electro Gunner. This is one of Axel Brody's cards. So Volcanic card. Fire Machine, level 4, 18-14. So actually decent stats here for a 4. First effect's a hard once per turn. If you normal or special summon a fire monster, you can special summon this card from the hand. Then you can send 1 level 8 pyro monster from your deck to the graveyard. Whoa. Okay. I will say this. I don't love that it sends only a level 8. That's kind of tough. Because that's literally just the new boss monster. And like, I doubt there's a single other good high-level pyro monster you want to be sending off of this. Now, that is still a card you want to get in rotation, want to get sent to grave, but, at the worst-case scenario, this is still an extender. This is still help you put bodies on the field, potentially climb up into the Link 3 easier. It's not a bad card, but I'm kind of bummed that it only sends level 8s. That's kind of tough, but we'll see. I'll have to dig more on that and see if sending the big guy is actually worth it. And then once per turn, if a spell card is activated, even your own, okay, you can make all fire monsters you control gain 300. That's actually not terrible. Like, that could actually help you, like, push damage for game because he'd be 21. If you had 2 or 3 other monsters, you're talking like a 1200 boost. So that's actually not terrible. And it's actually permanent stat gain as well. So cool. Not a bad card for sure. I think like if you're telling me worst case scenario, this is like a chain blocking fire extender that jumps on the field. You know what I mean? A Kagemucha Knight, if you will, that then also gives you the potential to get a level 8 pyro dump to grave. It's pretty good. Next guy is Division. He's a fire machine, level 2, 200, 200. You can only use the first 2 effects once per turn. You can tribute all face-up divisions you control. That's him. Special summon machine tokens up to twice the number tributed. Each time one is destroyed, your opponent takes 200 damage. Up to twice the number. Okay, so he can just tribute himself to summon 2 tokens. And then if this card becomes banished, you can target any number of your tokens you control, destroy them. Yeah, I mean, like, this card's not good, I don't think. I mean, technically it's a 1-card link too, at least, but it gives you tokens, so you have to use like linked ones to clear them off the field, so you're already hurting your extra deck space. I doubt this card actually has a place in any deck, but it's not the worst card in the world. Alright, the rest of the spells here, you have Yusei's manga spells. This is Synchro Creed. You can only activate 1 card. This card's name per turn. If a synchro monster is on the field, draw 1 card. Then, if there are 3 more synchro... Wait, 3 or more, okay. I was going to say, you have to have 3 synchro monsters on the field, you can draw 1 more card. Okay, so it's a, you know... It's an upstart goblin if there's any synchro on the field, but if there's 3, you just get to Pot of Greed. I doubt this card will see play. Cards like this are tough because like if you have to already have a hand that plays. If you don't have a hand that all the way plays, it feels very lackluster. So meh. Gathering Light. This is a continuous spell. You can banish 1 monster you control and 1 Power Tool Synchro monster or 1 level 7 or 8 Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard. Target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Jeez, what a cost. So we have to like banish a monster we control and a high level Synchro engrave to pop a card. Second effect, level 7 or higher Synchro monsters you control gain 400 for each of your banished level 7 or higher Synchro monsters. Not amazing. And then once per turn, if you have a banished Synchro monster, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, negate it. This card's terrible. Holy shnikes, this card is so bad. Alright, and the last card here is Oil. It's just Oil. Normal spell card, you can only activate 1 card, this card's name per turn. Target up to 2 level 4 or lower fire monsters with different names in your graveyard. Add them to your hand. Actually a pretty good card. Now the question here is again kind of in that same vein as the Synchro card we looked at. This card needs setup, right? You got to put names in grave before you can even fire this. But man, the ability to just get 2 cards back to hand is pretty interesting for sure, to just maintain hand advantage. But I don't know. I think of something like Volcanics. I think that now like Snake Eye is coming around. Snake Eyes are going to put multiple fire monsters in grave pretty easily most of the time. And there's other ones too, right? Like Salamangreat's pretty quick on the draw. A lot of these fire decks actually are pretty quick now that I think about it to put stuff in the grave. So not a bad card. It's only 4 lowers, but could be pretty interesting. So, all right, here's my winners after today. I think Oil is definitely one of those interesting cards, especially with all the good fire decks going around Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. I think Electro Gunner is a pretty nice card for fire decks in general as well. It's also like kind of a rank 4 supporter if you're already playing like a rank 4 type deck. That's interesting. Not good. These guys missed the mark, which is unfortunate because they're like my favorite design. And then this guy's the other big one, Level Up. Potentially pulling out a free rank 5 or 4. It could be either from the deck, but we'll see. So those are my 3 big winners. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Are there any extra applications for any of these cards? Nice to see a couple of additional like decent cards in here on top of the Sky Striker stuff, on top of the toy engine, right? So for a weird little side set, this set actually has some pretty interesting cards. But like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. Anything additional there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching as always. Peace.